evening. Thank you all for joining us this evening for Peak Experience Virtual Auction. I'm Greg Quiroga. I have the honor of being your fundraising auctioneer tonight, and wherever you are this evening, we are all together in our adoration of Lassen Volcanic National Park. We love its beauty, its serenity, and its majestic peaks. And as we come together to support Lassen Park Foundation, we invite you all, especially our youth, to experience and preserve the natural and cultural resources of this special place. What beautiful imagery the park has for us to enjoy. We'll be sharing more views of Lassen Volcanic National Park throughout tonight's show, but real quick, let's talk some logistics because tonight's event is really a two-screen show. Watch on the big screen, play along with the rest of us on your phone, your tablet, iPad, whatever is easiest for you. Make sure that you are registered with Greater Giving so you can fully participate in tonight's event. If you haven't already, go to the URL you see above my head, lassenpf4477.ggo.bid. Again, that's lassenpf4477.ggo.bid to register. And while you're there, be sure to check out our slate of 20, count them, 20 live auction items that we're going to be selling later in today's program. Now, I know that we're all missing the friendly confines of the McConnell Foundation's back patio where we normally gather for this event, and we look forward to seeing you again there next year. But I also know that as we kick off tonight's event, many of you are enjoying dinner from either C.R. Gibbs or Shelley's Creative Catering, drinking something great to go with it, maybe one of Lassen Park Foundation's custom bottles of wine made just for this occasion. We want to thank C.R. Gibbs and Shelley's Creative Catering for the meals, and we also want to thank our donor Jim Wood for the wine. The meals and the wine are excellent. Thank you all. Now, to get you watching right now on Facebook Live and on YouTube, to get you a little more involved in the show tonight, we're going to play a little game. We'll play it a few times. What we're going to do is we'll share a short video of the park, and we want you to tell us where it is. You've got a chat window, right? Just look to the chat window to the right of your screen. And then either app, Facebook, YouTube, you've got them. And what we want you to do is this. Watch the video, and if you think you know where in the park it is, type the name of the location in the chat box. This first game, we're going to play it a few times. The first game right now, the first two people to come up with the name we're looking for, one each in YouTube and in Facebook Live, is going to win a gift certificate for a triple layer cake from Mim's Bakery in Chico. Chocolate. Ready? Okay, we're going to show you a 30-second video. You type in the chat where you think this is in Lassen Volcanic National Park. I hope that just came down to the fastest fingers, right? Because that was our signature peak. That was Lassen in that video with that spectacular sunrise. Thank you, Brant Livernoy, for bringing us this video and all the videos we're going to see of the park tonight. And if you were the first person to get that in either of the chats, if you were the first person to get it right, our chat cheerleaders, Laura and Casey, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Casey. We appreciate everything you're doing in chat. They are going to be reaching out to you to get your information so we can send you your gift certificate. The rest of you, keep your eyes on the screen when you're not placing a bid or making pledges in the Fund a Need, because we are going to have more chances coming up to win. To get things going tonight, we have a very special message from the chairman of Lassen Park Foundation. Join me in welcoming Chairman Pete Daly.
Good evening. Thank you, Greg. Before we begin the program, I want to express my deep appreciation to Jennifer Finnegan, our Executive Director, and Laura Young, our Event Chair, and thanks to the entire team for their leadership in shifting this iconic event to a virtual platform. We miss being together in person for all the smiles and toasts and cheers, but tonight we share and stand by our commitment to our favorite national park, Lassen Volcanic National Park. This has certainly been a year of challenges for Lassen. Our rangers, our first responders, our volunteers, and our visitors, young and old, have all felt the impact of COVID-19, as well as the fires in our vicinity. On behalf of the Lassen Park Foundation Board of Directors, I would like to personally thank you all for being present and supporting Lassen Volcanic National Park this evening. In collaboration with the park, Lassen Park Foundation created the Youth Camping Program in 1996 to empower kids through exploration of the great outdoors. The program focuses on underserved youth, most of whom living in group homes, foster care, or are from low-income families. Every summer, Lassen Park Foundation enables nearly 1,000 kids and their chaperones to experience Lassen Volcanic National Park. Many of them for the first time. They have a 3 to 5 day camping trip. They're introduced to the national park idea, and they learn everything from how to safely start a campfire to leave no trace etiquette to volcanology and even astrobiology. And like you, many come to love Lassen and have an experience that changes their lives. In addition to the Lassen Volcano Adventure Camp, your generosity has enabled the Lassen Park Foundation to raise over $4 million in support of park improvements such as the LEED Platinum certified Kolmiamani Visitor Center and restoration of the Lassen Peak Trail. Now more than ever, we need your help to continue to make this possible. On behalf of the Lassen Park Foundation, thank you for being here with us today and making a donation and participating in our auction in support of the Lassen Volcanic National Park. Remember to recreate responsibly, but bid frivolously.
Thank you, Pete, for all your rock solid leadership, all you do, and for that little nudge on the auction. I appreciate that. Speaking of people who do a lot for our park, I understand that we are joined this evening by Lassen Volcanic National Park Superintendent Jim Richardson. Jim, you there?
Hello, Lassen friends and supporters, and thank you for attending this virtual event to benefit Lassen Volcanic National Park. I'm the Park Superintendent, Jim Richardson, for Lassen, and wanted to thank you all for participating in this event. In particular, this year, our program at the Volcano Adventure Camp was different than any other year, but we adapted to the COVID emergency. We do expect that next year will be somewhat back to normal, probably a new normal, but want to thank you all for your support and for attending this event.
Thanks, Jim. Looks like we had a bad video feed there, but we could hear you loud and clear. I mean, I think we all know that the park is known for beautiful scenery, not internet connectivity, right? So thanks for joining us this evening, Jim. We really appreciate your dedication and leadership to the park. And now, thanks also to all of you watching right now. You made it this far. You've done the hard part. You followed all our links for tonight's event. We love and appreciate you for being here with us, and hopefully you are watching this show on the biggest screen in your house. So let's take advantage of that big screen by showing you another short clip of the park. Get ready in the chat function, right? This time, be the first 2 people on YouTube and the first 2 people on Facebook to correctly identify the location in the park for this video, and you'll win Lassen Volcanic National Park t-shirts each, 1 each. So here we go. And where were those explorers at? That's right, the subway caves. What a cool place to explore on a hot summer day, right? Chat cheerleaders Laura and Casey will be reaching out to get you your t-shirts. And there's one more chance to name that place. Your keyboard's ready. This time you're playing for a windshield chip repair from Mowles and Red Bluff. It's one of those things, you don't want it, but when you need it, you're glad you've got it. Once again, we have 4 of these, so the first 2 on each platform to get it right will win this last one. Again, windshield chip repair from Mowles and Red Bluff. Ready? Here we go. Beautiful. And where was that? That's right. It was Bumpus Hell. Fun name for a place, right? Casey and Laura are going to connect with our 4 winners to give you your gift certificates for windshield chip repair from Mowles and Red Bluff. Thanks, Casey and Laura, for being our chat cheerleaders today. And you know, we love the videos of people and photos of people enjoying the park. We always see them on Facebook and Instagram, and the images are breathtaking. And one of the fun things about Lassen Park Foundation is you can always count on us to have great pictures of the park, but more importantly, great pictures of kids in the park. That's because the foundation's main program is the youth camping program at the Volcano Adventure Camp. The Volcano Adventure Camp typically hosts 1,000 kids every summer. You heard Pete reference this. Offers over $40,000 in grants to youth groups each year to help make those trips possible. Here to tell you a little bit about the Volcano Adventure Camp is our very own Lassen Ranger, Trixine Pert.
Hello, welcome to Volcano Adventure Camp here at Lassen Volcanic National Park. I'm Ranger Trixine Pert, an education ranger. In mid-August of a typical year, this camp is teeming with noise and activity from up to 120 youth and their chaperones. This year has looked a little different. We've been able to welcome very few groups to the park this summer. Because of COVID-19 precautions, they're not able to stay in these wonderful cabin tents, but have had to use their own tents in public campgrounds. Even with that, we expect to welcome right about 300 youth and their chaperones to the park this summer. Ranger Carla Martin and I have been able to hike and explore with the groups, as well as sharing hands-on activities focusing on volcanoes and macroinvertebrates, lake ecology, leave no trace principles, park history and stewardship, as well as the perennial favorite, compass navigation. So at the end of their trip, we sit down with the campers and chat about their experiences. And they share what they've learned in the park, but very often they'll also share what they've learned about themselves. These children and young adults who have spent so much of their spring and summer indoors, connected to their devices, just shared pure joy at the opportunity to be outdoors, to be hanging out with old friends, and to be making new friends. We heard comments like, Paradise Meadows was so peaceful. I'd like to come back and explore more. 3 days just wasn't enough. COVID has been hard, and it's been so nice to be together. There are so many stars. Lassen's a hidden gem. You get hands-on nature experiences. I got to do lots of things for the first time, like eat s'mores and sleep in a tent. The diversity of people in the park was astonishing. Every time I visit, I learn something new about the people and the wildlife. On our hike down Lassen, the wildlife activity was exponentially higher than I expected. One young woman shared, Lassen gave me a different view of the world. A young man who had ascended Lassen Peak the previous day proudly confided, that was the hardest day of my life. Then there was the group of teens who rose at 3 a.m. so that they could ascend the peak in time to watch sunrise. They were blown away by the mountain shadow. A member of their group said he'd seen photos of the phenomenon occurring in the Himalayas, but never expected he'd see it in his life, and certainly not just right here at Lassen. What a powerful gift the Foundation has given these young people this summer. I suspect that in years to come, when they reminisce about the time of the pandemic with their children and grandchildren, many will add, but wait, that was the summer I also got to explore Lassen Volcanic National Park. Let me tell you about that. Thank you so much for being as generous as possible with your auction bids and for supporting the work of the Foundation throughout the year. Together, we're going to make it possible to welcome next year's group of campers to the park. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Trixine, for sharing that with all of us. That is why we are here today in this moment right now. The reason we persevered and created this amazing event. Our park, these kids always need our support. In just a few moments, you're going to have the opportunity to make that support. So remember, tonight's event is a 2-screen event. Watch on the big screen, play with the rest of us on your phone, tablet, iPad, whatever's easiest for you. Find your way to the giving screen and get ready to go. Make sure you're registered. If you haven't already, go to lassenpf4477.ggo.bid. Again, lassenpf4477.ggo.bid to register. As you do that, you're going to notice that we have a few packages that is in the Buy It Now section, so to speak. Packages 401 and 402. These are our souvenir mugs designed and made exclusively for you and this event. Handmade in the USA, these are Deneen mugs, the same brand seen at many public lands across the United States. Get them now, $25 each. They have been selling out fast, only a few left. We also have Package 200, a special one-time engagement, a Whiskey Around the World event to be held in late January at CR Gibbs. 25 seats available. Well, we started with 25 seats available. There's going to be 25 people. Social distancing protocols will be observed. At the start of the show, there were only 8 seats left. More probably have sold out. So get in and get a shot, because attendees are going to get a chance to sample several different whiskeys paired with charcuterie offerings over a 2-hour period. You not only get to sample the whiskey, you'll learn about its heritage and how it's made. Get your tickets now by clicking on Package 200 and then click Buy It Now. Okay. Now we're going to raise those paddles, and so to speak. And to kick off our donation segment tonight, we are raising funds to send those kids to camp. Again, go to lassenpf4477.ggo.bid and click Start Bidding to log in. Once you're in, simply click on the Donate button at the top of the Greater Giving page to make your donation. As you do that, we are proud to share with you tonight a message from TV host Doug McConnell of Bay Area Backroads, giving his support to Lassen Park Foundation.
Hello, I'm Doug McConnell, and greetings from the Bay Area. Well, as a member of a 6th-generation California family, I've had the sheer joy to explore California's natural, cultural, and historical treasures all my life and tell literally thousands of stories about them on television. And no place means more to me than Lassen Volcanic National Park. Lassen has enriched my family in more ways than I can count, and so I'm honored to support the work of the Lassen Park Foundation. For more than 35 years, the Foundation has received financial contributions from people just like us to support the park in many ways, including giving thousands upon thousands of young people, many from underserved communities, and many for the very first time, a chance to discover everything the park has to offer in the Lassen Park Foundation's Volcano Adventure Camps. Now, for that life-changing reason alone, I urge you to support the Lassen Park Foundation. Together, we can give the gift of nature to a new generation of Americans in their national park, a place that belongs to each and every one of them. And that's a gift that we'll keep on giving.
You are so right, Doug. We agree with you wholeheartedly. Now, let's talk about where you, the people supporting the Lassen Park Foundation, the audience making pledges right now, where are your dollars going tonight? The Volcano Adventure Camp is currently working on expanding. It's only been open for 4 years, and it's already clear that more tent cabins are needed. The Lassen Park Foundation needs your help to make that happen. If we raise $20,000, we'll be able to build 4 additional tent cabins to the Volcano Adventure Camp. So now is the time to click that donate button and make a pledge tonight. We've had pledges coming in. Pete Daly pledged $125. Margene Stone pledged $50. Every pledge, we appreciate every gift. Keep them coming. Kenny Wilsey pledged $250. Jean Jelke pledged $50. Christy Rojas pledged $50. Jeff Fink pledged $1,250. And if you don't see a pledge level that you like, make up your own. We appreciate every pledge. Every pledge makes a difference. Every pledge goes, look, every $125 that we raise sends 1 kid camping at Volcano Adventure Camp. $1,000 sends an entire youth group camping at the Volcano Adventure Camp next summer. You can help send an entire group of kids to camp if you pledge $1,000. Kathy Gerard pledged $125. Pete Daly in again at $500. Thank you, Pete, for coming back in a second time. Every pledge, $500 funds John King in for $125. $125 sends 1 kid camping. $500 funds transportation to send a group camping at the Volcano Adventure Camp. And every pledge you make makes a difference because the Lassen Park Foundation takes it. And you heard Ranger Trixine talk about teenagers being overwhelmed by the experiences they were having in nature. As Pam Pitts pledges $500, Paul Kathy Coots pledge $1,750. Appreciate you making up your own increments as we go. You heard Ranger Trixine talking about teenagers being overwhelmed by the experiences they were having in nature, not just enjoying nature, but enjoying working with other teenagers, doing things the hardest day of his life. And he said it proudly. You can help make that happen for more teenagers, more kids next summer. We need your help to do so right now. Remember, every $125 you pledge sends 1 kid to camp. Stephen L. Williams sending 1 kid to camp for $125. We've got $5,000. If we can raise $7,500, that builds an additional tent cabin at the camp. We need 4. We're just asking for 1 right now. Each tent cabin sleeps 8 kids during their stay. Ruth Pintar, in honor of John Shara, pledged $1,500. Joanna Dean pledged $125. Keep those pledges coming. We appreciate each and every one of you. Every pledge you make makes a big difference for Kids for Camps next year, because what we're trying to do is build out the camp so we can have more kids coming, but also give more scholarships so we can have more kids. Joe Livernoy pledged $125. Miss Elizabeth Norton pledged $1,000. That's an entire group at $1,000. Eva Jimenez pledged $125. John Livernoy in for $125. Keep those pledges coming. Every $125 supports a Kid for Camp, but also if we can raise $3,000, if somebody wanted to pledge $3,000, that would build a campfire amphitheater for the additional cabins. Todd Davis in for $125. Thank you, Todd. $3,000 would build a campfire amphitheater for the additional cabins. Amphitheater would be used for both daytime educational activities and evening campfire programming, not to mention everybody's favorite part about camping at night, right? S'mores. Everybody loves s'mores. Robert Ono pledged $250. John Livernoy in for $100. Tracy Kober in for $125. Todd Davis in for $125. Roger Weichel in for $125. And if you want every pledge, keep those pledges coming. Remember, every $125 supports a Kid for Camp, but we also need to build the tent cabins. So every pledge makes a difference and helps us build towards that moment, right? Every pledge helps us build towards getting another tent cabin. And we're We're going to try and build 4 with your help between now and next year. Currently sitting at $8,750. You're doing great work. Don't stop now. Keep those pledges coming. Ben Webster in for $250, putting us in an even $9,000. Keep those pledges coming. Keep those pledges coming. Can we break $10,000 here in the next 60 seconds? Is it possible to get another $1,000 in pledges? Nancy Pirate, if I get your name wrong, don't hate. I'm doing my best. I love and appreciate every one of your pledges. Nancy in for $125. Jean Jelke in for another $50. We're at $91.75. Keep those pledges coming. Keep those pledges coming. Can we break $10,000 right now, right here? Can we break $10,000 and help us build? Randall Townsend in for $250. Christy Lanham in for $125. Getting so close to tipping on $10,000, getting our first. Pete Daly pushes us over the top and pledges $1,000 to break $10,000. Thank you, Pete. Now we have guaranteed that we have 1 tent cabin for sure and a whole bunch of kids taken care of for next year. And always the opportunist, always the eternal optimist. I'm like, hey, can we get another few kids for camp? Is there somebody out there sitting right now that if you've been having a hard time, you've been waiting for the last minute, you want to make a pledge, everybody's going to see the name, it's going to go big and crazy and go, woohoo, Nancy Pirate in for another $125. Nancy Pirate, in for $125. We appreciate every pledge. Anyone else wish to make a pledge right now and to keep us pushing along to try and raise more money? Remember, every $1,000 sends an entire youth group camping at the Volcano Adventure Camp next summer. $7,500 is the cost of building additional tent cabin. Those tent cabins, they may look rustic, but they are really well built, got a lot of solid materials, and the people who build them do a great job. And that's why we need to raise another $7,500 to build more. Are we there? Have we hit the max for the night? Does anyone else wish to make a pledge right now and help send more of the kids to camp? I'm happy to share that one of our returning sponsors is donating $1,000 tonight to send 1 group camping next summer. Thank you to the Hanford Foundation for their generous support of getting more kids into our favorite national park. Mark Cederberg from Hanford has sent us a message to share with you today. Let's listen in with Mark right now. How about that?
I'm Mark Cederberg with the Hanford Fund. Wanted to take a minute to discuss our support for the Lassen Foundation and why it's important to continue support during this time. We gave $5,000 a year ago to the youth camping program, and we recently agreed to give another $1,000 in unrestricted funds to the organization to help them maintain their park support, including environmental and educational programs. It's critical during this time to keep an organization like this alive, and I wanted to encourage people to do the same. After using the park for many years and having now I have own a home in the area, I want to just say that love the park, love the programs, think it's a wonderful place to live and play, and the Lassen Park Foundation does excellent work to support the park operations. So genuinely, please consider joining us in supporting this group.
Thank you, Mark. We really appreciate you and Hanford Foundation support. Again, everyone else watching right now, any amount helps. It costs just $125 to send a child on a national park camping adventure at the Volcano Adventure Camp in Lassen Volcanic National Park. All you need to do to make that happen for 1 or a dozen or 100, hey, dare to dream, right? 100 more kids, just push a button on your phone, on your computer, on your screen right now. That one tiny gesture will have a huge impact on park, on these kids and their future. That's why we're all here right now. That's why we're looking to you. Jim Weber pledged $125. We're currently sitting at $10,800. We appreciate every one of your pledges. Tell you what, I'm going to vamp for let's say another minute. Let's give one more minute while we're asking live and say if there's anyone else who's been waiting for an opportunity to jump in and have a big reaction to their name. Pam Pitts in for $500. Jane Flynn in for $500. $25. Richard Livernoy in for $50. We appreciate every one of your pledges. Every one of you, we appreciate. And next year, those kids out at the camp, they won't know your name. They won't know your face, but they will appreciate what you've done for them when they have the experience of a lifetime out at Lassen Volcano Adventure Park. And it's all because of you. You are making that happen. Karen Realander in for $125. Thank you, Karen. Thank you all. Keep those pledges coming. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you all night. The Fund a Need's going to be open. You can make pledges at any time, right? You've done incredible work. Keep it up. We're going to move on with the program because, as we mentioned at the top of the show, we have 20 live auction items for you tonight. But we're going to keep the donate link open all night. In fact, we'll keep it open for the next few days so you can invite your friends who couldn't be here tonight to participate. But now it's time. We've got a dynamic slate of live auction items for you tonight, 20 different packages. We're going to sell them in 6 groups of 3 or 4. We've got some great instant gratification as well as some excellent experiences for when things get back to normal. Most of our auction items have extended expiration dates, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy them. Please remember that all auction packages will be available for pickup at Lassen Park Foundation pickup location in either Redding or Chico after the event and through October 2nd. If you prefer your package to be shipped, or if you just can't make it to Redding or Chico, California by October 2nd, we'll ship the item to you and the cost of shipping will simply add it to your price. Fair enough, right? Here's the thing. In the name of time, we're going to sell items in groups. That means that there's going to be 3 items or sometimes 4 items open and then closing at the same time. We're not selling them as one bid. Each one takes a different winner and a different winning bid. But that means that you got to be on your toes and nimble with your fingers. So if you are interested in more than one item that is up for sale at a time, remember to use the max bid feature. Jennifer sent out a great document on how to do this. But you basically, if you go to the bid section on Greater Giving, you click bid more, not bid the next bid, but bid more. And then down at the bottom, there's max bid. You set your max bid. It will bid on your behalf up to that point, but it won't automatically bid your max. Max can be your friend, especially in a group-based auction. Let's start off with our first section, packages 101L to 103L. 101L is the Celestron Smart Telescope. 102L is the Manzanita Lake Guided Fly Fishing Trip. And 103L is the Big Sur Carmel Vacation. Let's dive in and take a closer look. Lot 101L, the Celestron Smart Telescope. Take your stargazing to a whole new level with this incredible Celestron StarSense Explorer DX130AZ. It's a smartphone app-enabled Newtonian reflector telescope, which is really just a fancy way of saying this telescope does all the work for you. Connect your smartphone, aim it at the clear night sky. The StarSense Explorer app automatically generates a list of objects currently available. Planets, brighter nebula and galaxies, star clusters and double stars, and then it guides you straight to them. Couldn't make it easier. The opening bid on this was at 200, and I saw before we got going that it's been off and running. Lot 102L, the Manzanita Lake Guided Fly Fishing Trip. 2 people join guide Andrew Harris for a full day of fly fishing on Manzanita Lake. All you have to do is get your fishing license. Andrew will take care of the rest. All the gear, all the knowledge, but especially the access. Not a whole lot of people are authorized to guide fly fishing in Lassen Volcanic National Park. Andrew, one of a handful, which makes this all the more special. All experience levels welcome for this special day. The opening bid was at $250. It's off and rolling as well. And lot 103L, the Big Sur Carmel Vacation. 2 people enjoy a romantic weekend getaway to Big Sur and the Monterey Peninsula. You'll spend the first night at the Big Sur Lodge, cottage-style room nestled deep in the mighty redwood forest of Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park. Enjoy the serenity of the redwoods in your safety protocol compliant setting, including dinner that night. Then up the coast to Carmel, where you'll stay 2 nights, 3 days at the Mission Ranch. It includes dinner. Best of all, the things you get to see and do while you're there. On the way up from Big Sur, stop at Point Lobos State Natural Reserve. Visit the Carmel Mission. Go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, all included. This group 1, let's start the countdown timer. Let's say there are 2 minutes left on our first group of auction lots, and let's check in on the bidding. Oh, lot 101L, the Celestron Smart Telescope. Christy Rojas kicked us off at $200. John and Aline Rieger came in at $240. Tim Coase came at $280. Christy Rojas came in at $320. Dr. Paul Mazur is in at $360. Christy back in at $400. Currently, Tim Trimble jumped in over the whole pile at $440, and Tim is our leader in the clubhouse at $440. Looking to Christy and Paul and John and Aline, your chance to jump back in, and the Manzanita Lake guided fly fishing trip, another popular one. Started off Pete Daly, love you Pete, started us off at $300. Then Keith Hunting came at $350. John Pascarella pledged $400, bid $400. Jane Flynn is in at $450. Pete back in at $5. Paul Cantonese in at $550. New bidder, welcome in. And then Pete had an auto bid versus Paul at $600, and Paul says, heck no, off I go. Paul's our leader in the clubhouse at $650. Current bid is at $750. Paul's in at $650, looking for $750. Pete, Jane, John, your chance to all jump back in. And where are we at? I can't see. Oh, I moved things and I can't see the countdown timer. Oh my God, am I frozen? 53 seconds. Thank you. Okay. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing the countdown timer on the screen that I've got. As long as you're hearing me and feeding me, we're going to keep on rolling. Lot 103L, the Big Sur Carmel Vacation. Pete Daly kicked us off at $600. John and Aline came in at $725. Colleen Kirkham in at $850. John and Aline back in at $975. Jane Flynn in at $1,100. Colleen Kirkham at $1,225. Joanna Dean at $1,350. She's our leader in the clubhouse at $1,350. 25 seconds left on our first group of auction lots. Tim Trimble currently still the winning as here we come down to the last 15 seconds. Gonna count it down. Time to get your bids in, everybody, on the first group, because it is gonna close out in just 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom! The first group of auction lots has closed. Whew. 2 minutes goes fast, doesn't it? Everyone take a deep breath. Get ready, because we've got more for you. We're going to move on to the second section, live auction section number 2, 104L, the Campfire Dutch Oven Dinner for 6. 105L, the Sunriver Home on the Deschutes River. 106L, the Village at Highlands and Historic Tour. And this is one of our foursomes. 107L, the Village at Childs Meadow. 107, the Joe Montana autographed photo. And 107L, the Village at Childs Meadow and Historic Mineral Tour. Let's jump in and take a look at 104L, the Campfire Dutch Oven Dinner for 6 people. Enjoy an incredible evening, enjoying an amazing dinner with wonderful people in a stellar setting. Lassen Park Foundation board member Bill Latham and his wife Janice will treat you to a meal you'll never forget. On a Saturday next June, make your way to Lassen Park. Get there early. Enjoy a day of exploring the park. Work up an appetite. Then meet Bill and Janice at their favorite campsite, where they're going to treat the 6 of you to a 4-course dinner paired with wines, bruschetta, chicken wings, shrimp and Dungeness crab, beef tenderloin, all possibilities for the menu. Heck, they even do desserts, pineapple upside down cake and blackberry cobbler. And they'll come to you in Redding if you want, but where's the fun in that? You're going to do a campfire. You're going to do a Dutch oven dinner. Have it be outdoors. 104L. Bidding on this started at $600. It's already off and running. Lot 105L. The Sunriver Home on the Deschutes River. 6 people. Enjoy an extended weekend getaway to Sunriver, spending 4 nights, 5 days in John Kober and Pam Pitts and David and Debbie Trotter's 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom vacation home located at the far northern end of the Sunriver Resort, right on the Deschutes River. House has everything you'd want for a relaxing getaway. Perfect bedroom to bathroom ratio, large entertainment area, indoor and outdoor dining options. Best of all, it's in Sunriver. Access to the whole resort. Golf courses, swimming pools, hiking, biking, stand-up paddleboarding on the river, fly fishing, head into town to shop Ben's amazing downtown and dine in great restaurants, including dinner at Ariana Restaurant or simply hang out and relax. Opening bid on this was at $1,000. And then 106L, the Joe Montana autographed photo, the ultimate collectible for any 49ers fan. An autographed picture of the original GOAT himself, Joe Montana, Golden Joe, a perfect 4-0 in Super Bowls. Other quarterbacks that won't be named may have won more, but nobody has a perfect record like Joe does, and as many as Joe's won. Joe has 31 fourth quarter come from behind wins. He was the man, architect of so many iconic 49ers moments, like the catch. This, an autographed photo from Super Bowl 24. This was their 4th Super Bowl win and the year they won back-to-back. Image framed, matted, includes a certificate of authenticity. Best of all, it's Joe. And the final lot of our second group, 107L, the Village at Childs Meadow and Historic Mineral Tour, 4 people. Dive deep into the history of Lassen Volcanic National Park with a guide who knows it well. Let's start with the accommodations. You're going to spend 2 nights, 3 days in the lodge at the Village at Childs Meadow. Luxury amenities, incredible views, but the real treat is location. Just minutes away from Lassen Park and Mineral, California, where Joanne Beresford Perkins will be your host and guide. Joanne literally wrote the book on Mineral. Her book, Mineral, Population 85. She'll give you an in-depth tour of town, fill you in on the formation of the park, show you why the locals have so much love for their locale, give you 4 signed copies of her book, and then treat you to lunch at the historic Mineral Lodge. Plus, to ensure you blend in on your trip, the Mineral Volunteer Fire Department and Mill Creek Resort have offered up t-shirts for you. Plus, you get dinner at Highlands Ranch Resort. Start the countdown timer on our second group of lots, 104, 5, 6, and 7L. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. And let's check in on the bidding. On the Campfire Dutch Oven Dinner for 6. Jean Marie Carr kicked us off at $250, and Amy Hutchins came back in at $300. And currently, Baron Browning is the leader in the clubhouse at $350, and the Sun River Home on the Deschutes, popular. People like to go. Judy Salter kicks off at $500. Sally Cheney came in at $600. Judy's back in at $700. No, make that $800. Sally says, I'm in at $900. Carrie Spangler in at $1,000. No, make that $1,100. Carrie is the leader right now at $1,100 with a minute and a half left to go. And Joe Montana, Pat and Kathy Carr came in at $250 to kick us off. And then Keith Hunting, currently hunting for the winning bid at $300, looking for more bids. Currently, it's at $300. And finally, the Village at Childs Meadow and the Historic Mineral Tour. Pete Daly, Pete, there you are, brother, in at $430. Eva Jimenez came in at $480, and Pete Daly is back in at $530. Currently, the leader in the clubhouse at $530, looking for a bid of $580 on this. And let's go back and talk about the Campfire Dutch Oven Dinner for 6, because really, this is an amazing opportunity. We're going to hang out with let's just start and say that Bill and Janice are great people, and you're going to have a fantastic time with them. And B, you're going to be blown away by what they can do with those Dutch ovens. They're going to cook an incredible meal as we come down to the final 30 seconds. Final 30 seconds to bid on the Dutch Oven Dinner for 6. The Sun River Home on the Deschutes. Carrie Spangler still holding on tight on that one as we get down to 20 seconds left. The Joe Montana autographed photo and the Village at Childs Meadow and Historic Mineral Tour coming down to the final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Our second group of auction lots has closed. Okay, I see you getting the hang of it. Maybe getting a little, falling a little bit behind because it moves pretty quickly, doesn't it? So I think one of the things that you'll pick up on is while I'm starting to talk about the things, if you're interested, go bid. The bidding on all of these items is open right now. You don't have to wait for me to get there. You can be bidding right now. In fact, I encourage you, if you're not interested in what's up in the next group, and the next group is lot 108L, 109L, and 110L, the Tehama Golf Club and Carmel Dining, the Wine Steward Zoom tasting, and the Silver Lodge group trip. If you're interested in those, great, bid. You can't bid too quickly right now. But if you're interested in something else later, go bid on those too. Nobody's going to be offended that you're bidding on something that comes later. Lot 108L, the Tehama Golf Club, Carmel Dining. 4 people enjoy a round of golf on one of the most scenic, inaccessible golf courses in all of California, Tehama. Clint Eastwood's private course in the hills overlooking Carmel. Tehama Golf Club is a fun, challenging, gorgeous private club, only has 300 members, including former Lassen Park Foundation board member Robert Simpson. He's a member, he's going to be your host, and he is being incredibly generous, not just inviting you to come play, but he's going to act as your caddy. So the four of you can play around and he can still accompany you. He'll make sure that you make your way through the course and have a great time, and then treat you to lunch at his favorite restaurant, 7th and Dolores in town. Opening bid on this was at $900. It's off and running. 109L, the Wine Steward Zoom tasting. This is a chance for somewhere between 1 and 48 people, depending on how much you want to share your wine, to enjoy a trip through one of the world's best wine regions without the 12-hour flight or suffering the indignities of TSA. Jim Denham, wine expert and proprietor of the Wine Steward Wine Store in Pleasanton, is going to give you a VIP tasting and tour. He's going to ship everything to you in advance as long as you live in California. And then on Thursday, October 29th, or another mutually agreeable date, Jim will join you on Zoom to lead your group in a guided tour of Spanish wines. You'll have a full case of wine, 4 bottles each of 3 different Spanish wines. 2015 Arzuaga Crianza from the Ribera del Duero region of Spain. A 2012 La Rioja Alta Viña Arana from the Rioja region of Spain. And finally, a 2019 Gran Bazan Albarino from the Rias Baixas area of Spain. So he's also going to ship some cheese and nibbles to you. And then it really comes down to how many people do you want to invite, right? Depends on how much wine you like to taste and how much you want to save. If you have a 2-ounce tasting party with all of it, you could have 48 people. Right? Or if you do 5-ounce glasses of wine, there's 5 glasses a bottle, a few people, 1 bottle at a time. Up to you. Opening bid on this was at $900. 110L, the Silver Falls Lodge group trip to up to 12 people. 12 people. Enjoy a weekend getaway to Silver Falls Lodge, just 45 minutes from Salem, Oregon. Going to spend 2 nights, 3 days in one of their 4 lodge accommodations, 6 bedrooms, 2 baths, got a mini kitchenette, living room with a Blu-ray player and a fireplace. Best of all is the location. It's in the heart of Silver Falls State Park, Oregon's largest state park with over 9,000 acres, more than 24 miles of hiking trails, 14 miles of horse trails, and a 4-mile bike path. You'll have breakfast and dinner during your stay, plus use of the big meeting hall, the recreation area, everything else. Start the countdown timer on this group, Live Auction Group 3. There's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left, and let's bounce on over and find these lots. Here we go. Tehama. Tehama kicked us off. The opening bid on this was at $900 with Karen Riolander, and then Christine Stewart came in at $1,075, and currently David Trotter's the leader at $1,250. And how about the Wine Steward? We have any bids? Yes. Mrs. Laura Young is the current leader at $350, and Laura's got some good decisions to make if nobody bids against her, because she's got a lot of wine and she gets to decide how she wants to use it. And then the Silver Falls Lodge group trip. I see how y'all are. Y'all like to travel and you like to get away to natural beauty. It makes complete sense, because Alex Sifford cooked us off at $1,100, and then Jason Metallic. Jason came in at $1,200, and then Jean Marie Carr came in at $1,300, and then Jason back in $1,400. Oh, but Alex Sifford came in at $1,500. Jason in at $16, and currently Alex Sifford at $17. But no, Jason outbid him with an auto bid. Way to use Max. Jason's the current leader in the clubhouse at $1,700. Current bid, no. Alex came in at $19, and then Jason's at $2,000, looking for the current bid of $2,000, looking for a bid of $2,100. And then let's go back and double check and go back and take a look at the Tehama Golf. David Trotter's still the leader in the clubhouse at $1,250. And if you are a fan of challenging, beautiful, scenic golf, Tehama's for you. And having your 4 caddy there with Robert Simpson is going to make it so great, because he'll be able to give you the lowdown on every single hole that you're playing, tell you where you should be aiming, because there's a few blind shots out there. 20 seconds left as we zoom through and look. Laura, the only bidder, and Jason's still holding on tough. 15 seconds. Got to get those last bids in. If you want to get away, take up to 12 people to stay in the lodge up in Oregon. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Our third group of auction lots closed. That Silver Falls package looked spectacular. I mean, for a state park and everything. Congratulations to our winning bidders. For those who didn't win, we're only halfway there. You have got 10 more opportunities, including our next set of packages. Let's just take one quick sip. Wet the whistle, deep breath, crunch your fingers, do a little, bidding yoga, get ready to go. Because we're on to live auction group 4, which includes 111L, the Bump as Hell commemorative Pendleton blanket, 112L, the Sequoia Kings Canyon Yosemite vacation, 113L, the virtual entertainment comedy night, and 114L, this is our second group of 4, 114L, stunning Lassen Lodge. Let's check them out. 111L, the Bump as Hell commemorative Pendleton blanket. We tend to throw platitudes around a lot these days. Unique, exclusive, one of a kind. But this time we mean it. Back in 2018, 2019, we had a run of Pendleton blankets commemorating Bump as Hell. They were custom made, and we sold them online over the course of that year, and we saved one for a special occasion, and this is it. The very last Bump as Hell Pendleton blanket made exclusively for Lassen Park Foundation in support of Lassen Volcanic National Park. And this is it. They're not going to be making this design again. Only way to get one is by bidding now. The bidding started on this at $125 and off and running. 112L. Sequoia Kings Canyon and Yosemite vacation. 2 great parks that go great together. Actually, it's really 3, right? 2 people enjoy an extended weekend getaway exploring 2 of Central California's amazing national parks, but it's really 3 because Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks are together and they boast a combined 1,353 square miles of wilderness. You're going to spend 1 night, 2 days at the Wuxachi Lodge, the signature lodge in the heart of the park, surrounded by Sequoia Forest and Sierra Peaks. You'll enjoy dinner that night, then off to the Ahwahnee Hotel, the signature lodge in Yosemite, where you'll spend 2 nights, 3 days, plenty of time to enjoy all that makes Yosemite so amazing. You can take in Half Dome, El Cap, Tuolumne Meadows, and more, plus enjoy a gourmet dinner prepared by the 5-star chefs in the Ahwahnee Hotel's dining room. Opening bid on this was at $1,200. I look forward to seeing what y'all are doing with that. 113L. The virtual entertainment comedy. We have the perfect comedy night lined up just for you. Forget waiting for clubs to reopen or trekking all the way into town to see something good. We're going to bring the funny haha right to you with this 60-minute comedy set privately done just for you, delivered virtually. You fill out a quick questionnaire about you and your guests, what your tastes are, what you like, pick 3 dates. Then a team of dedicated concierge are going to scour New York City to find the stand-up comic that matches you best. Log in for the most fun you've had on Zoom yet. Because I think we've all reached the end of Netflix, right? We've reached the end screen, down to binge watching The Floor is Lava. This, the ultimate comedy night with a stand-up comic custom catered to your taste, will break all the monotony. Opening bid is at $700. And then 114L, stunning Lassen Lodge, up to 14 people enjoy a weekend getaway to our favorite national park, Lassen. You'll spend 2 nights and 3 days in Heidi Marker's marvelous mountain manse. Over 5,700 square feet of luxury and comfort, custom-built log cabin. Really, I mean, it is log cabin architecture, but it is a huge 5,700 square feet of luxurious comfort. 2 king bedrooms, 2 queen bedrooms, a game room with bunks in it for the kids or the big kids, high log beam ceilings, huge windows, wood-burning fireplaces, huge gourmet kitchen, large dining room, all designed to offer group interaction when you want it and privacy from your family when you need it. They have 4 decks. The 4 decks, you can see one of the decks there. 4 decks offer exterior access to almost every bedroom. Best of all, it's just 5 minutes from Lake Macomber and 10 minutes from Lassen Volcanic National Park. Let's start the countdown timer. Start the countdown timer at 2 minutes as we check in and see Bump as Hell, the commemorative blanket, Pete Daly kicked us off at $250. What a surprise, Pete. Way to go. Teresa Aravalo came in at $300, and Zach Brunner is currently the leader at $350. And the Sequoia Kings Canyon. I figured that y'all would be kind of going crazy for this. Pam kicked us off at $1,200. John and Elaine Reeder came in at $1,400. Pam back in at $16. Sally Cheney in at $1,800. Pam back, Sally in at $18. Then Pam in at $2,000. And then Mr. Bill Latham in at $2,400. Pam in at $2,600. Kelly McCree came in at $2,800. Pam's in at $3,000. Currently the leader in the clubhouse at $3,000 with a little over a minute left. Next bid's at $3,200. Your chance, Kelly, to jump back in. Bill, sometimes it's just like cooking a meal. You don't just one try doesn't make it perfect. You got to come in for more than one. And then the virtual comedy night. Mr. Paul Catanese is in at $700. Only person. Paul, you're going to have a great time. Invite some friends unless somebody gets in there and bids against you. And we've got 1 minute left. And then the stunning Lassen Lodge. Ava kicked us off at $600. Then Judy Salter came in at $700. And Ava's back in at $800. And Judy at $900. And Judy at $1,000. Paul's in at $1,100. Kelly in at $1,200. Paul back in at $1,300. Kelly McCree, currently the leader at $1,400, looking for a next bid of $1,500 with a little over 30 seconds left on auction lot group. Lots 11L through 114L. Again, the last Bumpus Hell blanket is currently the last Bumpus Hell blanket. The Sequoia Kings Canyon Yosemite Vacation, the virtual entertainment comedy, and the marvelous, stunning Lassen Lodge, all down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I get excited. I start to count a little too fast. 3, 2, 1, and done. That closes our fourth group. Congratulations again to all the winners so far. This next section has some amazing packages. So get those phones, those laptops, those iPads ready to bid. It's time for packages 115 to 117. 115, the Willie McCovey autographed baseball. 116, the Farmhouse Luxury in Napa Vineyards. And 117, a year of Reading restaurants. 115L. The William McCovey autographed baseball. Willie McCovey, one of the most loved athletes to ever play for the San Francisco Giants. Willie was an amazing player on the field, a force to be reckoned with off of it. Played with the Giants for 19 years, was second only to Babe Ruth in career home runs among left-handed batters. Still ranks 20th overall on baseball's all-time home run list, although I think he might have just got pushed down to 21st last night. 6-time All-Star, 3-time home run champion, MVP, inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1986 in his first year of eligibility. Only the 16th player ever so honored, and he has a whole cove named after him. Opening bid on this, and it's off and running. Lot 116L, the Farmhouse Luxury in Napa Vineyards, 2 people. Enjoy a weekend wine country getaway to Napa. Make your way to Yountville. You're going to spend 3 nights, 4 days at the Setting Inn, a luxury boutique historic landmark inn nestled between 2 vineyards. The Setting Inn is all about understated luxury. Your room is going to be well appointed. Have pastries delivered from Thomas Keller's Bouchon every morning, but the real treat is location. It's in the heart of Napa Valley. Perfect home base for wine tasting. Enjoy a VIP wine tasting at the Setting Wines. I said it's nestled between vineyards. It's nestled in its own vineyards. Winemaker Jesse Katz has earned high scores and accolades at the Setting Wines. Then hop in a chauffeured luxury sedan to enjoy the rest and best of Napa. You get a VIP tour and tasting of Schramsberg Cave, where the Davies family has been making sparkling wine since 1865. Hey, Hugh, good to see you, sir. Cooking classes and a dining experience at the Culinary Institute of America, and more. And 117L, a year of Reading restaurants. There's one thing we've all learned in the past 6 months, that we are tired of cooking for ourselves. Now you can spend the next year enjoying having someone else prepare, serve, and clean up your meals. Heavenly. You get $100 gift certificates for C.R. Gibbs, one of our restaurant partners for tonight's event. Thank you again for all your generosity. View 202, great patio overlooking the river. Logan's Roadhouse, Market Street Blade and Barrel, Jack's Grill, Moonstone Bistro, Mosaic Restaurant, Nello's, Deja Vu, Black Bear Diner, Cheesecakes Unlimited, and Appleboys. And a special thanks to all of our underwriters who helped make this lot possible. Okay, live auction 105. Willie McCovey, Farmhouse Luxury, and a year of Reading restaurants. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on our fifth group of auction lots. And let's jump in and check on the bidding. Where did I put the bidding on these lots? So you would love to see how many different screens I have to have open and everything else. So I appreciate you bearing with me for just a second as we check in and say, oh, on 115L, Andrea Vasala kicks off at $300 for the Willie McCovey baseball, and Keith Hunting once again in the hunt. Currently the winning bidder at $350. Next bid on that would be $400. The Farmhouse Luxury in Napa Vineyards, 116L. Bruce Dean kicked us off at $2,200. Andrea Howell's in at $2,450. Next bid's at $2,700 out there waiting for you to get away to Napa. Enjoy 6 hours of chauffeured limousine wine tasting. Go around all of Napa, get a chance to enjoy great wines. The best part is you don't have to drive. And I tell you, vintners have done a really great job of coming up with ways to make all of this accessible to you in a perfectly socially distanced, safe sort of manner. And the final group of our second to last group of lots, a year of Reading restaurants. John and Aline kicked us off at $650. Chris Gober came in at $750. Roger Page in at $850. John King in at $950. Stephen Williams bids $1,050. Christy Lanham bids $1,150. Stephen Williams is in at $1,250. Current leader in the clubhouse with a little under 40 seconds left to go, as Stephen Williams is in at $1,250, looking for a next bid of $1,350. So once again, you've got the William McCovey autograph baseball. 30 seconds left to bid. 30 seconds left to own a piece of Giants history. Willie Mack, one of the great players for the Giants, called him Stretch at first base. He played the game like nobody else and lived his life like nobody else. Wonderful man. Or you can get away to the luxury in Napa. Go wine tasting, relaxing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. That concludes our fifth group of auction lots. Whew. Okay, here we go. One last group of packages for you. Let's finish the night strong. Packages 118 to 120. Here we go. 118L, the Lake Comanche Resort. 119L, the RecTech RT 590 Pellet Smoker Grill. And 120L, the Pronghorn Resort Stay and Golf for two. Let's start with Lake Comanche. 4 people. Enjoy a water-filled weekend getaway. Make your way to Valley Springs, just an hour south of Sacramento, to the Lake Comanche Resort, where you're going to spend 2 nights, 3 days in a duplex cottage, 1 bedroom with a sleeper in the living room, full kitchen, and more. Easy access to the whole reservoir, where you can have your own patio boat for 2 full days. Enjoy grilling on the lake and putting around to all the best swimming and fishing spots, plus easy access to the rest and best of the Lake Comanche Resort. Lot 119L, the RecTech RT 590 Pellet Smoker Grill. Upgrade your grill game with the RT 590 Pellet Smoker Grill. This puppy will make every other grill you've ever loved before a distant memory. It is the smartest grill you'll ever own. It has Wi-Fi capability and remote grill control, so your meat will always be the envy of every outdoor gathering. Long-lasting, the ceramic igniter rod is rated for 100,000 lighting cycles. You cook on this puppy 100,000 times, you know you've got it dialed in. Includes a RecTech grill cover, all-weather smoke vents, and a 4-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Best of all, it'll be shipped directly to you anywhere in the continental United States. And our final lot of the night, 120L, the Pronghorn Resort Stay and Golf for 2 people. Enjoy a great golf getaway. Make your way to Bend, Oregon. Oregon's Pronghorn Golf Club, an auberge property and club, has everything you'd expect from auberge: luxurious amenities, incredible staff, high-end experience. You're going to spend 2 nights, 3 days in a king room with a mountain or resort view. Oh, the choices you have to make. Enjoy access to the gym, the clubhouse, and the sports bar. 2 rounds of golf on the Jack Nicklaus signature course, card included. And the best of Bend, just 15 minutes away, 40 minutes from Mount Bachelor, where you can go snow skiing and boarding year round. Let's start the countdown timer on our final group of lots at 2 minutes. 2 minutes left on our auction this evening, and let's check in. Lake Comanche Resort, Karen Realander kicked us off at $600. Carrie Spengler came in at $700, and Kelly McCree is currently the leader at $800 for the weekend getaway on the reservoir. And the RT 590 pellet smoker grill, Christy Rojas kicked us off at $500. Robert Ono's in at $600. Tariq Muwahid is in at $700. Robert Ono back in at $800. Christy Rojas currently the leader in the bid house at $900. Leader in the bid house. I might keep that one for later. Current bid at $900. Looking for the next bid of $1,000 with 90 seconds left on our auction this evening as we check in on Pronghorn. And Pronghorn has been popular. Karen Realander kicked us off at $600. Jane Flynn bid $700. Lorene Sanford bid $800. Jane Flynn back in at $900. No, make that $1,000. Karen's in at $1,100. Jane Flynn back in at $1,200. David Trotter in at $1,300. Jane in at $1,400. David back in at $1,500. Jane in at $1,600. Then Lorraine Sanford bid $1,800. Lorraine's currently the leader in the clubhouse with a minute to go at $1,800. Looking for a next bid of $1,900. Go back and check the bidding on the Lake Comanche Resort, currently sitting with Kelly at $800 with 45 seconds left. The bid, Robert Ono just bid $1,000 for the pellet smoker grill, currently sitting at $1,000. Next bid's $1,100. If you want to go, little under 30 seconds left as Lorraine is sitting and waiting to see if anybody tries to outbid her with less than 30 seconds to go. And a beautiful thing somewhere like Pronghorn, when you get up to Bend, you're out at the resort. It's got amazing golf, incredible views, and then it's just a short hop from a fun town, Bend's downtown. It's a hot, happening little place to go. They've got incredible shopping to do down there. The kids love the old school arcade, as we say, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. That closes our final auction lots. That does it. You did it. We did it. Oh my gosh, we've gotten through all 20 packages for our live auction. Thank you to everyone who stuck around until the end. We appreciate you, your support, and your love of Lassen. Please remember, if you didn't get what you wanted, you still have an opportunity to bid on silent auction packages 201 to 258. They will close tomorrow night at 6 p.m. If you haven't bought your souvenir mug yet, you might still have a chance. Don't forget to get it before they're gone. Packages 401 and 402. Thank you all. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you in person next year when we resume our regularly scheduled in-person night of dancing, dinner, and delight as we raise our glasses and paddles to Lassen Park Foundation. Until then, we'll leave you with one last calming view of our favorite national park. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
I would like to say thank you so much because you've given me an opportunity that not only makes me feel happy, but also gets me out of my shell and gets me to learn more and gives me way more experience in the outdoor experiences.
Thank you for letting me go on this trip.
I just want to say thank you for letting me come here and have a lot of fun. And it's really appreciated. And what you do for kids is amazing. And thank you.
Hey, everybody, we couldn't stay away. We got one look at we were looking on the auction so much, and then we saw the thermometer. We said, oh my gosh, we have to give you props for all the great work you did. Paul Mazur in for $500. Suzanne Rochelle in for $125. David Trotter pledged $500. Park Superintendent Jim Richardson in for $125. Jeanette Storer pledged $50. Emmeline Sheffield pledged $250. Judy Salter pledged $500. And Constance Chrysler pledged $125. Constance Chrysler pledged $125. Thank you all. We appreciate all your pledges. We couldn't just not say thank you like that. Keep the great work going. Send this video to your friends. Tell them to make pledges. You don't have to go anywhere. You can keep watching the stream, but when you go, wherever you go, remember to use your powers for good. From all of us at the Lassen Park Foundation, thank you again. Have a great night.